JP McKinley alongside Finley Swarbrick. It is time to wind them up and let them go. Who is going to be bravest on the brakes and who is going to get the best start? That's a great start from both of them on the front row. And there's the BMW of Whitehead storming through into third position right behind the lead two. Finley Swarbrick sweeps around the outside of McKinley to take the lead. What a move that was. That was very nicely done. Looks like everybody made it through okay. Old David Garside has had some trouble. Tiny bit of damage on his car, but it does look like he's made it through. Just jump on board with Tobias Eriksson. Looks like everybody has made it through the opening few turns unscathed. Down towards the inner loop for the first time in anger. They need to sort themselves. Oh no, Whitehead! He lost that one a bit on his own. There was impact between himself and I'm not entirely sure who that was. It wasn't Adam Bent. He's just claimed. I think it was Kiki Mack. It was, but that wasn't Mac's fault. Kiki Mack had nowhere to go. Unfortunately, just tapped the back of the BMW and round he went. But the BMW was already loose, going through. Or that's what it looked like from this particular perspective. There is a stewards panel that they can raise incidents to, should they so feel like it, after the race is concluded. So then, Finley Swarbrick has had a bad run through the final turn. He's had to pull over to undo, I'm sure, a slowdown warning. Oh dear, that's that last turn. He's gone in a bit too hot. Got himself a slowdown warning. He's had to undo it. That's a shame. JP McKinley has just swan danced past him. And Zimmerman, that's a bad camera angle. Zimmerman in third. Kiki Mack fourth with Adam Bent all over the tail. Adam Bent's going to go through. Looks like Kiki Mack is in trouble. He's had a bad... Oh, no impact behind them. Oh, it was Chris Callahan and I think Alice Hughes. And Alice Hughes has caught up with Quinn. Oh, no, that is... Alice Hughes, I think, just slammed into the wall to get out of everyone's way. Oh, no. Matt Webb's involved in that as well. And Carl Aldern is in there. He is indeed facing the wrong way. Oh, no. Tragedy. There's 4 cars involved in that incident. Mark Holmes has kind of picked his way through. So Whitehead down into 10th position now. We saw that spin on the inner loop on the opening lap. He now chases David Garside. But Swarbrick's not giving up on JP McKinley at all. It does look like at the moment, judging from these earlier laps, the Swarbrick slightly got the pace on JP McKinley, but it's a little bit early to make that prediction. Right in the background, you can see there is Byron Zimmerman. Now, Zimmerman is 9th in the championship at the moment. Didn't have quite such a good time at Silverstone last time out, so that's a great run for him in 3rd place. But we jump to Kiki Mack, who is leading the AM Championship by a sole point over McKinley. Is having an argument with Chris Callahan at the moment for 5th position. Right ahead of them is that is Adam Bent, as 2 of our early victims, Carl Aldern and Matt Webb, coming into the pits. Oh, is Kiki Mack going to try and make the move? No, backs out of that one. There's no significant braking zone into the inner loop, so you've got to have made the move well before you get there if you're going to try and make an overtake there. Oh, look how defensive Adam Bent goes as they come through turn 5. Ben on the inside. Callahan, he's just wandering over to the outside. He used all the available room. Kiki Mack just staying in the slipstream. Is Kiki going to try and go for the inside line coming into turn 10? Oh, he's committed. He's boxed Callahan in. Callahan's given the necessary racing room, but no change in position yet. It's very much going to be this turn 1. It's probably the biggest braking zone this circuit has. It's a bit wide for Kiki Mack. That could incur a penalty. We will see as the 3 of them stream down towards turn 1 again. Kiki Mack trying to outbrake Callahan. Ooh, he managed to get it slowed down, but lost too much pace as it was a bit too sideways. He's going to hang on to the inside line coming through turn 2. Callahan's going to try to do an outside manoeuvre there. He wants the inside for 3 and can't get it done. So Kiki Mack held on to that one. Is he close enough to Adam Bent to get a bit of a slipstream to help defend against Chris Callahan? We will see. He does. I thought the slipstream may not be effective enough, but it was to help Kiki Mack just peel away from Chris Callahan. Battle behind them, Harry Quinn and Tobias Eriksson. Eriksson didn't qualify well. Oh, he's overcooked that. He's going to have to slow down on the exit or get a penalty. Well, he's still going. Harry Quinn is keeping the pressure on for 7th position. The rest of the field behind them are fairly spread out, except for Alice Hughes on the back. But David Garside, we did see Hughes have to get out of the way of the field. Alice is new to the VTCC, so is still finding her feet somewhat, but is having a great old scrap with a veteran of David Garside. Jumping back up to the top, Finley Swarbrick has closed in a little bit. A couple of tenths, not even that, 10.5 on JP McKinley. That lead battle continuing. That's the view from Swarbrick. Now this will be where the slipstream will be to his biggest advantage, but he knows he can't use that extra pace here. Now last week we saw, it would certainly seem that McKinley had that tiny bit of pace over Swarbrick last time around, but it does seem that the roles are reversed this week. And just as I say that, Swarbrick just touched that apex. Coming through turn 5, it will just shove the car wide. It's not worth trying to go anywhere near. As they come down towards turn 10. And again, lots of sideways going on. It doesn't seem to have cost Finley Swarbrick too much time as they come through that final turn. This is what caught Swarbrick out. He was too deep into that turn on the opening lap, which is what caused him to have to slow down. No penalties on the board yet. And there in the background, Byron Zimmerman just, well, he's trying his best to match the laps of 13.4 from both of our front runners. Goodness me, 0.005 of a second difference between the top two. Wow. Well, you can't get much more consistent than that. We jump down towards Adam Bent, who's got Chris Callahan for company. So Chris has managed to wrest that 5th position from Adam Bent. We've got battles behind them of Ericsson and Quinn, and Whitehead and Holmes. So the two BMWs are having an... Well, beg your pardon, that is... Yeah, that's a little confusing, because the car right behind Mark Holmes is not Alice Hughes. That, I think... It's Carl Alden, yes it is. So Carl's trying to unlap himself, which he is allowed to do. Ooh, that's getting close. Carl Alden is allowed to do. Any lapped car is allowed to unlap themselves as long as they do not impede the car they are unlapping themselves from. Look at this. Let's get on the cockpit view of Finley Swarbrick as he is piling on the pressure, or continuing to pile on the pressure. JP McKinley? I'm mixing up his name with everybody now. McKinley had a great exit from that final turn. Oh, and there's the first penalty on the board. I go and mention penalties and someone scores one. Look how steep that apex corner is at turn 1. That's yeah, that will cause the car to just basically go into two wheels. They'll lose a lot of time if they hit it. Absolutely maximum concentration from Finley Swarbrick at the moment as he continues to chase JP McCauley. I did it again. I don't know who JP McCauley is. McKinley. Goodness me. He did the decency of changing his name, and I'm getting it wrong. I wholeheartedly apologise. Oh, Swarbrick, that's gone deep. Yep, that went all wrong. And that was the merest of mistake, but because, again, there's no major braking zone there, he just carried all that pace onto the outside of the inner loop, and that has cost him half a second. All that work has just been binned, unfortunately. Jump a little bit further back as Harry Quinn continues to challenge, well, Tobias Ericsson, as Ericsson's just gone too deep into the inner loop. That's how easy it is. And fortunately for Tobias, he's lost that spot to Harry Quinn. And demotes the Swede into 7th position. Right behind them is Adam Bent. And there he is, doing what he can to close in on Tobias. So the only battle we've got at the moment, I'm surprised actually the field has spread out as much as it has. We didn't have this at all last week, but that's the nature of the beasts. Yeah, different tracks have different characteristics. Well, we are seeing that proximity marker come up for Adam Bent on the back of Tobias Ericsson, so there is a potential battle for 7th forming. With less than 6 minutes of the race to go, is Finley Swarbrick going to be able to reel in JP McKinley? He can, and looks like he has. McKinley was a very, very... well, comparatively very, very slow coming through the inner loop. And now the two are bound together once again towards the end of the lap. Now there is the next biggest braking zone is there at turn 10, but it's very difficult to use it because the next straight is so short. Oh, wow. How defensive did McKinley go to try and disrupt the rhythm of Finley Swarbrick? It worked just about. And yeah, look at that, a 14.6 from McKinley. Swarbrick all over the back of the man formerly known as the Kinky One. But this is going to allow, if they fight that hard, that is going to allow Byron Zimmerman to close in on them. And Byron will be able to see that. There he is. Byron was actually quicker than both Swarbrick and McKinley last time around. So they need to be careful about this. With only 4.5 minutes to go, they probably don't have to worry too much. Into the inner loop once again. Swarbrick did look like he was going to try to show his nose. Much tighter! Oh my goodness! He had a much tighter line through the inner loop. He's been forced to the outside line. He's going to sweep round the outside of turn 5 and take the lead. Now I wonder whether McKinley may feel a bit aggrieved by that. It was a mere impact. It's not a common overtaking spot, the inner loop, but McKinley made the most of it. Swarbrick rather made the most of it. We'll see if that comes to anything post-race. Slightly further back, Tobias Eriksson. Oh, you see the damage on that BMW. He's had an incident of some description. We saw him go wide. The car was clean when he did it. He's had an argument with something solid since then, and Whitehead has now gotten ahead of him. Alice Hughes on the back of Mark Holmes now for 10th place. So the Black Forest Gatto flavoured BMW. Nice run through turn 5 for Alice Hughes, keeping the pressure on the BMW. And Kev Straw's got some company. He's found Matt Webb. And we did see, I think Kev was one of the early victims of the race. Unfortunately, we have lost a competitor in this race. We did have 15 at the beginning. Oh no, Eriksson's in. Oh no, Tobias Eriksson has brought his car into the pits. McKinley's not giving up on the back of Finley Swarbrick though. And still, they continue their fight. It does look like Finley Swarbrick has got enough in hand to keep the charging white Renault behind it. But will that allow? Byron Zimmerman has closed into less than 2 seconds, but with only 2.5 minutes remaining, it's going to be 3 laps. Here, that's Eriksson getting back underway again. You can't see him from that camera. There he is, though. And that's our retiree. That's David Garside. His completely white Renault. It's a shame that he's come to blows there. Oh, that's Holden. Holmes. That's Mark Holmes has got himself a penalty, a single-second penalty. So Alice Hughes just needs to sit in the tyre tracks of the BMW to gain that particular position. McKinley still not able to do anything against. Oh, look how close Alice Hughes is on Mark Holmes. Now she's going to go for a move on the inside of turn 10. Oh, that was lovely. Did a dummy to the right and then banzai to the apex on the left and takes the position. That was very nicely done. Now it's up to Mark Holmes to try and counter-attack because he has to undo the penalty he's got himself. And Kiki Max got a single-second penalty as well, but is more than a second ahead of Chris Callahan, so that won't really make any difference to him. 1.5 minutes to go. Saving any major catastrophe, it does look like we're going to be on the penultimate lap as the field is catching Kev Straw, I believe that is. Look at the laps there again. Look at that, 2.5 tenths to Swarbrick's favour there. Finley Swarbrick 4th in the championship at the moment, but was really pushing hard for the wins last time out at Silverstone. Didn't quite go his way. But he is looking to open the score sheet with all the points on the board. Let's have a quick look. Does he have the fastest lap of the race? He does. Just about. Yep, he does indeed. By less than 500ths of a second. So half a tenth separates his best lap to JP McKinley. That looked a little scruffy coming through the inner loop for Swarbrick, but manages to keep hold of that position. 30 seconds to go. And that is, like I said, I think that's Kev Straw ahead of him. Yes, it is. His wounded Renault continuing. Now they've got one more lap to do. They're going to beat the flag here. As Whitehead and Adam Bent, Andrew White and Adam Bent are having an argument for 8th place. That's just actually swapped round. There goes the BMW on the outside. Oh, Adam Bent slow through the S's, it seems. And Andrew White has just swept around the outside and cut back in front. Let's concentrate on this battle as the checkered flag is now awaiting these two. They come through the S's for the final time in race number 1. Oh, McKinley's got the run, but he's had to back out of it. Great defensive drive from Strawberry. Now is going to be the opportunity. That's Kev Straw getting out of the way. Is McKinley going to try and go over the inside, coming into the end of the loop? He's gone side by side. He's gone for the move. Can he slow it down? No, he can't. No, he can't slow that one down. It was too desperate. It was too much of a desperate move. My goodness, JP McKinley has just dived back onto the track ahead of Swarbrick, where there was no way he was going to be able to hold that. My word. Determined, but ultimately the victor is going to be Finley Swarbrick unless he goes wrong in the next 2 turns. There is Byron Zimmerman at the back of the shot, watching on, hoping they come together, but to no avail. Whoop, as Zimmerman goes a bit wide on the final turn. Your winner in race number 1 for the AM category is going to be the Renault of Finley Swarbrick for Pulse. Very nicely done. And then in second place, JP McKinley. My goodness me, the Celtic Bromance squad getting a second place. Pulse Sim Sport getting the win. It's Byron Zimmerman for the Alliance in third place. Kiki Mack, the second of the Celtic Bromance squad, takes fourth place. Chris Callahan, fifth in championship and fifth for Falcon Racing in sixth position. Harry Quinn is just about fending off Adam Whitehead for sixth position, and only just, in fairness. Harry Quinn comes over the line. Harry's not even in the top 10. It didn't go well for him last time out, but Andrew Whitehead comes over the line for boosted, and there behind them is Adam Bent for Full Send. I love that Full Send Racing. Alex Hughes caught up in that first opening lap incident and come through in 9th position. A solid finish for her. Well done to you. Mark Holm, very late to the party, has come across the line in 10th position, and I didn't even see who was right behind him.